Adepta Sororitas are an absolutely devastating force in 9th edition.
So good.
One of the few Space Marine players, few non-Space Marine armies able to actually hang with the best and most brutal armies in the game.
Yeah.
They've been a little bit problematic in the past. Some people think they were almost too powerful.
Yeah.
So a lot of eyes were drawn to them with the advent of the new January 2021 FAQ. So let's take a look how they fared. So first off, I want to talk about some of the points changes to Sisters.
Yeah.
They have wildly efficient units.
They have the most efficient unit in the whole game. It's the Repentia.
Repentia.
Yeah, they're really, really good.
Yeah.
They're way too strong for their points. We anticipated a huge nerf.
Yeah.
We didn't get it, though.
We did not. They went up by a grand single point.
1 point.
Pretty wild.
Which is what you would call a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
Because honestly, most armies are running 9 or 18.
Yeah.
So you went up 18 points.
Right. It's like, cool. Who cares?
Who cares? I would have paid double, you know? So
I know.
I'm not saying this is bad in the sense I'm still great. I'm glad they have a great combat unit. I'm glad they have a great unit. Is this unit still the best unit in the game? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Should it have gone up a little more to be in line? Probably.
Yeah.
But there's still answers to it. It's just you have to play your whole game around the Repentia.
Yeah.
And they're still very, very strong.
Absolutely. So really a slap on the hand.
Yeah.
Another popular and dangerous unit are the Retributors, with their ability to shoot multiple multi-melta shots with automatic hitting, wounding, automatic damage.
They're so good.
They went up by a grand 2 points.
Yeah, which is more reasonable. Yeah. But you don't have too many of those in your list either.
That's the thing, yeah. As we mentioned with the Repentia, okay, you're running 9, 18, maybe 27.
Yeah.
With the Retributors, often you're running squads of 5.
Yeah, so 10.
You know, that's about it, right?
Yeah.
This is not even a slap on the hand for such an incredible and efficient unit, especially in light of some of the other changes we'll talk about in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, but I'm glad they didn't nerf these things out of the game.
No,
that's not what we want.
It's
right?
a tough balance. With
so
this
I'd rather them take delicate bumps because I don't think these units are ruining the game. They're just really, really good. Yeah. So I'm glad they took a more delicate hand. Actually, they took a pretty delicate hand with points in general.
They did, yeah.
Across the board. But they were all in the right direction.
They acknowledged the problems, whether or not you think it was enough or too much or whatever. It was exactly in the right direction. So I think that's great.
So while you lost a few points in your list, and it was really just a few, you actually gained a bunch back.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they made a bunch of war gear actually free. In particular, the Simulacrum.
Yes, all of the Simulacrums now are free in your army.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Vexilla for Custodes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they think banners are free now. This is a big, big boost, especially if you were running lots of them. I personally had several on my list.
Yeah, a lot of you didn't run them in what we saw in our lists. Adrian ran them, and they were so strong. Amazing. So now that everyone gets them for free, I think people are going to see how strong they are.
Exactly, especially in those Retributor squads. You know, this is amazing. So get them out there, and I think this is... I hope it's not a mistake because it just encourages also people to build these amazing models and put them on the table.
Because they look great.
They're super,
and they come in every kit, right?
They do, yeah.
So people have built a lot of them. So I want to see more on the table. And they really bring out the flavor of the miracles on the table because they let you do more. And it really lets the army's unique abilities shine through more often, especially when paired with the Triumph of St. Catherine.
That's right.
So I'm really excited to see this. I think it's a great change.
It's awesome.
I think whenever you have these really cool special abilities, they should be free.
They should be baked
because
in,
they want. I want to see them on the table more.
Exactly. Absolutely. One other amazing model is the ZEPHYRIM. And they were always kind of playing second fiddle to the
or third fiddle,
or third fiddle in some cases to the Repentia, where they perform a similar role. They're not bad by any means, but they're just not quite as good. They also went down by 2 points,
which is great,
which is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, because they actually have a slightly different role to play in the sense that they can deep strike anywhere on the table, and of course, Sisters can get those guaranteed charges, which is the only faction in the game that can do that, right?
Yeah.
So it's really useful. They also have some key stratagems, which allow you to get some efficiency. So now there's more of a choice to put them on. Now, would you take them over Repentia? No. But would you take them in addition to Repentia?
Exactly.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be looking at running maybe my 2 squads of Repentia still, but also a squad of ZEPHYRIM. And I think a lot of players are talking about this.
It sounds so much scarier.
It's so scary.
It's terrifying.
So really, really cool. Again, great models. We want to see them. And the small final note we'll say is the Null Rod also.
The Null Rods, they're free. Why not?
Why not?
This army's supposed to be boring the witches out there, so let's do it.
Such a funny, random, and welcome change.
Yeah.
So that's the point changes. As we said, all kind of in the right direction.
But it's kind of a wash.
It's very much a wash.
Right?
We got out like bandits, I will say.
Yeah. The Sisters probably needed, like if we were trying to adjust the balance, they needed to be nerfed more than this. Again, directionally correct.
Yeah.
But not. It's nothing. It's not enough.
Yeah, that's right. They did, however, take a hit in the secondary changes.
Sure.
This is from the Grand Tournament pack, and so we play that with all of our games. While We Stand is very different than it used to be.
Yeah, and this was a good secondary for the sisters. While We Stand, We Fight used to be pick your 3 most expensive models.
Yep.
Now it's units, and so you could take your characters before, like your Canoness and
St.
hide.
Catherine.
Yeah, St. Catherine, hide them behind. And it was really hard to get to these things. Now these are going to have to be some of your bigger squads out front, and they're going to die. So this is no longer as viable of a secondary at all. But I think this is a good change because it means now that those badass canonesses with their like super chain swords, they can be out front fighting and not cowering for their lives. And I think that's where they should be.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of those changes where, yes, it's tough for the faction, it hurts the faction, but it's good for the game, and in many ways, it is good for them, right?
Yeah.
You can get out there with Beneficence, get out there with Celestine, and hey, even the Triumph, like, can get out there and start slapping.
Yeah, Triumph is pretty good.
And it's something that they really don't want to kill before they were incentivized to kill it, and so I think this is a good change overall.
It's better play on the game, on the board for everybody, for you and them, and it unlocks more list construction because you're not working so hard to say, oh, I won't put this vehicle in because I want this Canoness to be the most expensive. Speaking of unlocking list construction, the other big secondary change is the change to bring it down. This is the vehicle killing secondary, and it used to give up a ton of points if you took things like, you know, the rhinos and the organ. Yeah, the mortifiers. Oh, the mortifiers were vicious, right?
They just bled.
So these vehicle heavy lists, which the sisters could do better than almost anybody at the moment, were almost not viable because of the guaranteed 15 points you gave up.
Yeah, it just cost way too much. And now it is much more fine-grained, right? If you're 1 to 10 wounds, you're only giving up a single point.
Yeah, those mortifiers giving up 1 point.
That's amazing.
It's really good.
So you can really push the limit. Obviously, if you're running like 18 of them, you're still giving up the points, but you can run like 12 of them, and it's not nothing to kill all of them, right?
No, killing 12 mortifiers sucks before they kill you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly. So this is an extremely exciting and welcome change. Personally, I mean, you guys, if you've seen my list, I almost have no vehicles, mostly for this reason. Yeah. And so I'm excited to
you were building around While We Stand.
I was,
and you were trying to not bring it down because when you tip the vehicles, they're sometimes more expensive than the While We Stand targets. So both of these together, they go hand in hand. Yeah,
absolutely. So those are the overall changes that really affect sisters.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all
more
good,
list construction ideas, more of your special rules. Your best units are basically the same points. Your lists, many lists might have even saved points. Your list saved points?
I think it's saved point,
Saved points, which is criminal, GW.
It really is.
But it's still a fantastic army, and I love the way they play on the table.
Absolutely. So hopefully you found this information useful. There was a ton coming out of this surprise January 2021 FAQ, and so we wanted to boil it down to something that was easy and understandable and relevant to each army. Everyone's affected in different ways, right? And so let us know in the comments below what you thought. Well, how are you going to be changing your army? How many mortifiers are you going to be taking?
Get painting.
Yeah, exactly. And as always, if you enjoy this, please do like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you guys very soon on the tabletop.